Hello and welcome to episode number 9 of your friendly heavy metal podcast, Pod Destroyer. My name is legally Beardodoom, and I am joined here with the great and powerful Metalmance. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. This isn't my legal name, but might as well be.
It's how I sign my checks. It's how I sign my checks. Um, so yeah, how's things?
Well, it has snowed today, but weather aside, I have had a cracking few weeks of gigs, which I'm sure we'll talk about. So I
Good.
feel right in the mix of all the metals. But how's
Yeah.
things in the Beardo world?
All right, not too bad. Yeah, we haven't had any snow here. Unfortunately, it's just pissed it down with rain all day. But yeah, I think the world's coming alive, isn't it, with gigs and what
Yeah,
have you.
and
We're
announcements.
Yeah, announcements, all of the fun things. So yeah, I hope everybody had an opportunity to check out our bumper anniversary episode, album anniversaries. That is, we're not quite at Pod Destroyer anniversary celebrations yet.
Although the next episode is going to be the double digits.
We will be the big 1-0 on the next episode. But yeah, so we're just going to have a little bit of a metal chit chat for the first sort of 6 weeks of the year. What we've been listening to, what gigs have been going on, what we've got coming up. I will highlight that we should have been or could have been at Sangway Sugar Bog today, but left it a little bit too late to buy tickets, and then suddenly it was sold out. I'm really bad at judging what's going to sell out and what isn't these
I
days.
think I think he should have known that would have sold out.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I think even if something sells out, sometimes I'm like, oh, it'll be fine, it'll get upgraded. Oh shit, it hasn't been
And
upgraded.
it didn't yet. We were just flat out of luck. So, although no, to be fair, I'm sure there would have been some train cancellations or something that would have got in the way.
Yeah, no, I mean rail replacement from East Anglia. Ugh. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
at
Uh,
least we have definitely booked sixth later on in the month.
yeah, that is only 2 weeks
Yeah,
yesterday, isn't it? So really
yeah.
looking forward to that.
That's gonna be an
So
amazing one.
yeah, my first gig of the year is next week now. And actually one that I'd completely forgotten I'd had tickets bought for, which is Callous Dowboys,
Oh wow. Yeah.
next Friday in Brighton. Um, yeah,
That's gonna
quite
kick
looking forward to
off.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I can't really tell what sort of crowd is going to be there, to be honest with you, because they're not like
It's
a
gonna be a
traditionally
mix.
a metal band at
No,
all.
I think the way I think of it, I think it's so I saw them at Download and I haven't got tickets for them for this tour. But I think it's gonna be a nice mix of hardcore kids, mathcore kids. Um, so it's gonna be a
Yeah.
lively one, but not full of dickheads.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there though, so
Yeah. Oh,
that.
one
Yeah,
dickhead.
yeah. Yeah. Some of my sort of less metal friends are going. My more sort of arctangent
Mm,
type friends that are going. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I can't think off the top of my head who is supporting.
let me have a quick
Um,
check because
yeah,
they have also been announced as support for Enter Shikari, um, which does make sense because similar energy, similar kind of mix that they both have that kind of hardcore
mm,
half to them, and you know you can I think you can kind of see that future for Callous Cowboys when they could potentially go into something completely
oh yeah, definitely. Like
nuts.
yes,
Like maybe
100%.
get a bit of
Yeah,
electronics in.
yeah.
But yeah, the
Totally
energy
agree.
on the energy on stage is fantastic. Hang on,
Yeah,
who is
looking
it? It
forward to that
is.
because they've got I think they've got like brass instruments as well within how they
Yeah,
play and
and
that.
strings.
Yeah, yeah.
So the
So I've
supports are Knives
no,
and Love Rarely.
no.
So Knives, doesn't even kind of say what they are. Love Really also doesn't really say what they are.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that'll be a good time. Oh, and they're also playing London. They're playing the Underworld the same night that we're seeing Sixth.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that sixth night.
Yeah. Oh
Because
yes. Do you
I
want to tell
messaged you
everyone?
about Cryptic Shift, who I really like. The couple of singles that they've released ahead of, I think it's their debut with on Metal Blade. Um,
Yes, because I got the promo. I've just realised I
ah,
got the promo, and I was like, they sound familiar, and I just deleted it.
yeah, they are a fantastic band, but
It might
not
still be in my deleted emails.
yeah, very much looking forward to seeing Sixth. I think the lineup for that's really good. With
Yes.
Sixth and Harriet and Ted Maul as well, which will be really good fun. So
Yeah.
I'm super happy with it. That's a great lineup. But as soon
Yeah.
as I saw Cryptic Shift being announced on the same night, I was like, oh, and I'm
Because
up, I'm in
aren't
London as well.
aren't Mithras supporting as well?
They are supporting
Who
Mithras are supporting
you
next week.
mentioned
Yeah,
in our last episode.
that's right. That's right. And they don't play that often.
Oh, I'm so
They
gutted for you.
they haven't released an album since 2016 that we
Mm,
previously and are the kings of the heaviest breakdown of all time,
yes,
as I also mentioned. So
as we know.
so yeah, but
Oh, let's
that'll be
go.
fun, and we're going to hang out in the physical realm, so it'll
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah, and at Kentish Town, which is a great venue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a great night.
Yeah, agreed. So you've been gallivanting around to quite a few gigs recently, haven't you? So
I
what's been on
have,
the
I have.
Metalmance gig radar?
I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm also getting a bit overwhelmed by the quality of announcements as well. Like
Yeah,
constantly
yes.
checking my diary and calendar. Yeah, so I've mainly been having some kind of local ventures out. So I'm based in Ipswich now, and we've got some great venues here, and we've got some great promoters and events. So yeah, I started off my year with a band called Ethoria, who are East Anglian. I think they're mostly based in Colchester, Ipswich. It's not a genre, but they are female fronted. Female fronted is not a genre.
Yeah.
But no, it's just they formed from various other local bands, but it's just good, solid hard rock. And
Mm.
when they started releasing their singles last year, um, just their songs get stuck in my head. And even though they're still only a local band, they're blowing up on TikTok. Good for them. But when you see like a new band play live, and you know that they've all come from other bands before, you can just tell that they're just used to playing.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
confident on the stage, and like the chemistry on stage already is amazing. And you know what? For a local gig, it was packed. It was
Mm.
rammed, and yeah. So I'm so hyped for them, and I really think that they could do really well. Just everything's just right. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
just
They
yeah.
they've got the
So
formula down to a
yeah,
T. Yeah.
yeah, just catchy songs, really well written songs, good production, amazing stage presence, really nice band members, great chemistry on cage, yeah, on stage and with the crowd. So I feel really lucky to have caught them at the very beginning. They've still only got like four singles, and then they're gonna be hopefully bringing out an album this year. Yeah, so I'm really hyped for them. So hopefully good things will come for them. Um, and then went to one of the little Dead Soul promotion mini fests as well the weekend after. So it was like a bunch of local bands, some that I wouldn't spend any time with again. But the main pull for me was seeing a band called Walking Coma, who are from Southend. Gosh, and I've known those guys for a long time because I first saw them when I went to Southend Chinneries. And that's a legendary venue in Southend. So I went to Chinneries back in 2018 to see Cancer Bats, and then it had Sick One supporting, who are great. Our buddy Andy Wintmore's old band.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And then opening up that night were Walking Coma, and I've kind of been friends with them ever since. And they released their EP at the beginning of the year, or was it late last year? Yeah, so I haven't seen them for a few years, so that was just good. And they're just
Mm.
a good, solid metal band. They got some really catchy hooks, just good riffs, just nice guys. So always worth my time. And then also, it was um, you had Far From Refuge, who were kind of like a I don't know how to explain. There was definitely some kind of Euro catchy cheese there, but there's some like really good electronics as well, just really strong songs. And then Perpetual Paradox headlined, who are like a tech metal deathcore band from London, and they were brilliant. They were a lot of fun. And it was really good to chat to them as well, because the guitarist is also in People Slicer now.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so really good to kind of catch up with them, and I'll see them again next month when they're playing in Colchester. So and then the week after that, I went along. Or this might be a good one to talk about as well. I'm not really a tribute act kind of gal, but I went along to see Chop Suey and
Mm.
Slipknot, who are obviously System of a Down and
I've seen
Slipknot tribute bands.
Slipknot.
Yeah.
We've got last year, and they're doing it again this year, like a full tribute festival, and it's
Mm,
like 10 minutes down the road from me.
yeah.
And they've got Chop Suey on this
Mm.
year. And the one I'm really looking forward to, they've got Faith No Man, who is a Faith No More tribute, which would be really good.
Amazing.
And Slipknot
Mm,
played at the tribute festival last year.
mm.
They're good fun, aren't they?
They are.
They do
And
exactly what it says on the tin.
I don't know if you know this,
No.
but it sounds like a lot of those metal tribute bands are just the same band, but kind of switch members and just kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
switch around.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But in Slipknot, and I think also Chop Suey, you have Lee, is it Lee? The main songwriter from Dragon Force in it. And he just kind of, he
Really?
just, yeah, it was
I did not
him
know that.
on
I did
stage.
not
And
know
he's
that.
just,
Yeah,
he's obviously
yeah.
just
Just having a
picking up
great
the
time.
money.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So there's a London-based band called Charybdis, and it's Rich, the vocalist, who is Clown in Slipknot. So
Yeah.
it's good to see him. And yeah, I didn't realize that the vocalist in Slipknot was also the vocalist in a Norwich-based band called Collapse the Sky. So it's just
Are
like,
you busting all of their mythos
yeah,
nowadays?
maybe I am.
It's all
Maybe I
out
need
there.
to. We might not be able to publish this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Better
that's
check before I upload it.
yeah,
So
we better check. If there's a split in the episode, we will know why.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And then earlier this week was my first, I don't want to say proper gig, but my first proper gig
Yeah, yeah.
of the year in London, and that was at the Underworld. And it was Mole, Tane, and Cold Night for Alligators. So, Cold Night for Alligators and Mole are some of my favourite Danish bands. And then Tane are an Irish, gosh, I don't know how to describe them. I saw them last year support Carbon, and they have a really good mix of kind of like the Nine Inch Nails industrial kind of rock, but then they're also quite they get really heavy as well. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like a mix of like a mathy Nine Inch Nails. So they're a lot of fun. But yeah, absolutely sublime gig. The gig honestly has gone into my top 10 gigs of all time. I I love all those bands anyway, but seeing Cold Night for Alligators with Mole on the same night is
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
like it's huge for me. And they've both those bands have released new albums this year already. Um, so and what's really nice is on the last Cold Night for Alligators album, you had a guest spot by Kim from Bowl. And so during their set, they got Kim out for his little guest vocal. So for me, I'm just like going, oh my god, it's amazing.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, Cold Night for Alligators. they honestly played like they were headlining. It was just like the energy, the chemistry. They sounded amazing. The new stuff sounded great. Because they're like really melodic prog, and the new album is definitely like the most melodic.
Mm.
But like Yoan's vocals just stand up so well, just switch between clean to scream. He just sounded amazing. But yeah, so they were a great opener. Tane were great. But yeah, Mole. That's my fourth time seeing them now, and probably the best time I've seen them. And the energy was just electric, and like we were really surprised by how excited the crowd got as soon as I came on stage, and the crowd were just like jumping around. Um, and like everyone was just kind of, the band just feeding off the crowd and vice versa, and it
Good.
was
Yeah,
just,
it's nice when
one
that
of the
sort of, yeah, just all
yeah
sort of gels well, and yeah,
yeah
nobody's having a bad time, and everyone's just sort
yeah
of
no,
feeding off of each
and
other.
it was one of those gigs where everyone was just having an amazing night, and that for some of those it would have been like the best show they've ever seen.
Mm,
And it's
hmm.
just, yeah, so, and then we had to leave early because like half of the Northern Line was closed. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
one
Good
of
old
those.
transport links. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, I've got all my merch on, but it's, yeah, an absolutely sublime gig. So actually, that is a really hard gig to be beaten the
Yeah,
rest of the year.
that's a good start to the year, considering
Yeah.
we're only 6 weeks
Yeah.
in yet.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard any live music at all yet.
Yeah.
But no, next week and then that starts the loop
Yeah.
of all of the shows that I've already got
We've
booked this year.
I've also booked to see Bill Murray in Brixton. So I'm really looking forward to that. And he deserves every success. And then I have made a decision not to go download this year. Instead, we're going to 2000 Trees.
When we're talking about Bill Murray, we're not talking the actor, are we?
No,
No,
we're
no.
talking. God, what's his real name? He used to be in Attack Attack.
Oh, it's that
Um,
guy.
yeah, the Bill Murray guy.
I saw this come up like, a couple of times in my feed or whatever, and I'm just like, what is this? What's that name? Like, is it
mm,
supposed to be a play on
B,
Bill
yeah,
Murray, or like so it
Bill,
is it
yeah,
Bill Murray? Yeah, yeah,
Bilmuri, yeah,
yeah.
Bill Murray.
Mm.
But yeah, so you probably saw that viral like Attack Attack video back in the day of when he was doing the clean vocals. I think it was doing like Van's Warp Tour or something, and his cleans were just auto tuned, and it just kind of went viral like catatonic use. But yeah, no, his Bill Murray stuff is just, it's just brilliant, and like
That was a period of music that I just ignored.
no,
Like
yeah,
it
same.
was I was far too old for that stuff the
Yeah,
first time
but
round, and I'm
even,
just like, I don't
yeah,
know.
even like Attack Attack, and even like Asking Alexandria, it just, even though I should have liked them,
The
I just didn't spend
crabcore
any time.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, the crab
Yeah,
core.
awful, awful.
But yeah, so yeah, we've got those books. And then potentially looking at Alexis on Fire and Billy Talent, but like the thought of seeing them at Wembley just makes me feel a bit ill. So
Yeah,
I don't think I'm
yeah.
gonna go. But yeah, I'm just really enjoying all the anniversary tours.
Yeah, it's funny that though the sorts of bands now going for anniversary tours, and it's almost like
mm,
they feel like the newer bands, like the
mm,
2000 sort of
yeah,
bands, are now doing they're on their anniversary tours.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a funny passing of the torch, and more I realize that I listen to music for old people now. Like, the bands I listen to are like, oh, here's our 40th anniversary of our album. I'm like, okay, that's
Okay.
fine, that's fine. I just have to accept where I am now. Yeah, actually, that's quite a good segue onto some of the old timers releasing a new record this
Yep.
week. Converge. Um, what's it called? I've already forgotten what it's called. Something something love, isn't it? Let's have a look. Love is not enough. Love is not enough. Have you had an opportunity to listen to it yet?
No, I haven't spent any time with it yet, but I know that we've discussed in other episodes. I kind of wasn't on the Converge train growing
Mm.
up, so I never really. Sounds so silly, but I never then felt kind of entitled to kind of give them more of my time. That sounds really weird, but I know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
probably get around to listen
I
to it
get you. Yeah.
eventually.
I have listened
But
to it. It's fine. It's a fine, there's a bunch of bands that will just release albums. And actually this got me thinking, firstly, like it's okay. Like it's just a Converge album. They're sort of the AC/DC, the Slayer of that world. Like they're just going to release a record. You know what it's going to sound like. It ticks all of the boxes that you want from a Converge record. They did the similar sort of thing to what they did with No Heroes back in 2006, where there is, like an interlude that runs into the
mm,
next song, and I that's my favorite, my favorite bit of the record. Um, Track two on the album, Bad Faith, just to me sounds exactly like Wolverine Blues by Entombed. Um,
right.
who Converge have previously done a cover of, um, years ago. That was a really cool 7-inch. Actually, they did Wolverine Blues. I think this was after Lars Goran Petrov, God rest his soul, died, and they did a Wolverine Blues cover EP with various different vocalists
Mm,
doing. So they had Jake Bannon and they had Thomas Lindberg, like another one, God rest
mm,
his soul. But then, so tying it back to the record, the opening chords of Bad Faith is just Wolverine Blues, and I'm like, is this, what? But the internet seems to enjoy it. There's a lot of people going, "Oh, 5 stars, this, that, and the other." I think it's a bit of hyperbole. Going back to I think what I've said in one of the previous episodes of like reviewing records more realistically,
mm,
because not everything can be 5 star all the time just
mm-hmm,
because they're your favorite band. I
mm-hmm,
think just listening to things a bit more subjectively, like it's fine. It's a solid Converge record. It's gonna, build up their touring options for the year. They're gonna have
mm.
something to tour with, you know. I think I said my prediction is they're gonna be one of the headliners for Damnation would be
Yeah, and
that
I
that's
think
like a betting,
yeah,
that's a bet for me at the moment.
we can see that happening. Um and I kind of feel the same about the new Carnival. Now,
Yeah.
I love my prog metal.
Mm, mm.
Carnival have never been one of my favorites. It doesn't mean to say that I don't enjoy them. I do enjoy them. Like I have most of their CDs. They don't grip me as much as other prog metal bands do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they've just never fully clicked with me, but I've never quite understood why they are held in such high esteem.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think they've ever done anything really innovative,
Mm.
really different. Like they have their big songs, but in my head, I don't understand why they are so big because it doesn't really have a big hook. There isn't
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
moving riff. I mean, they're solid songs. I'm not saying that they're
Mm,
bad. They
mm.
are a very good band. And I like them, and I have listened to them. I'm just they still haven't fully clicked for me. And I've listened to the new album,
Yeah.
and if for me, the new album, they sound like Tool without the massive egos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is definitely more prog metal for the Tool side of prog. But
Mm.
yes, the album's good. I'll probably give it maybe one or two more spins, but I can't see me ever revisiting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm really glad that people are really hyped that they're back. And I'm really glad that other people find what they want in listening to them, I still don't get it.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it. I can still hear it's good, but I don't really understand the legendary status.
I thought because it was coming up like so often in my feed, and they're not a band I've ever listened to.
All
But I
right,
was like, do
okay.
you know what? I'm going to give it a go
Yeah.
because the internet is telling me that it's good.
Mm.
Um, and I gave it a listen. And I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like I find things like this weird when I have listened to what you would probably call a prog metal
Mm.
band with the new Textures record,
Mm.
and that's amazing. And
Mm.
nobody has said anything about it at all.
Yeah, and
It's
they
just
they
not on
are.
anyone's radar.
I think you can compare the two. They're two big prog comebacks. Textures are more metal,
Yes,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
say. Textures for me have the hooks. They've
Mm,
got the hooky riffs. They've got the hooky uh, vocals and melodies. I feel like Carnival don't have the hooks, and I feel like their song structures. I, for me, that their songs are unpredictable, but not in a good way.
okay, yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't understand some of their structures, and not that's not
yeah.
me saying that they're so progressive that I don't understand it. What I
Mm.
mean is sometimes
You
I
lose
feel
the
like
flow, and you're
yeah,
like,
sometimes I feel like
it
the
doesn't.
song I don't understand what direction the song is going
Yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
whereas textures, I mean, really, they are just like cool verse
yeah,
chorus,
yeah, yeah.
and sometimes I do just want like a predictable song structure. I know what I'm getting, but maybe I've just been listening to the new Carnival at the wrong time. Maybe I shouldn't be listening to it as a background music because I was listening to it
Mm,
while I was working.
mm.
Maybe I just need to kind of dedicate some time to it. But I also I also don't have the time to really invest in the record anymore.
Yeah,
That sounds
yeah,
really
yeah,
shallow of
yeah,
me, but
yeah. No,
I
that's
don't know.
that's
That's
totally
but
fair.
but I feel like that's us kind of giving into the whole consumerism. Spotify short attention span. I'm not going to spend any time on a record, but I think now with everything at our fingertips, if I need to really give an album time, there's probably another record that I could just give time instantly and give more of
Yeah,
my
that's
time.
that's that's fair. I mean, you don't have to be engaged with everything.
Mm,
When you were just buying CDs and stuff, and there wasn't that accessibility, you could allow an album to
mm,
grow with you, and
yeah,
the times you could listen to it a couple of times, you'd be like, oh, well, this doesn't really gel with me, and then suddenly you'll put it back on at some different point in your life, sometimes even a year later, and you're like, oh God, okay, I get it now. Like this
yeah,
is but that's true. There is this constant cycle of music from one week
mm,
to the next. And you're not, it takes you've got to really stand out, to be able to, and that's why I think that, Converge record, it's like, yeah, sure, it's fine. When if it comes on in the background, in a playlist or whatever, I'm not going to go, oh, I did turn it
yeah.
off. Um, you know,
But I think
but
when you do hear something that really resonates with you, it is instant. And
mm,
like I
mm,
said last year when I first heard that Feather Mountain album last year, it hit me like a brick. And then you're like,
mm,
oh
mm,
wow, I remember how music
mm,
used to make me feel. So
mm,
I know that
mm.
it does happen.
It is out there, yeah,
Um,
yeah. And
and I know
I
that
always think
yeah,
there's no accounting for the general public's consumption taste. There's a lot of really popular stuff, and I'm just like,
mm,
what the hell is this? Even in the metal world,
mm,
there are levels of enjoyment and
Mm,
mass kind of consumption of things I just don't really understand.
mm.
Um,
And I think that's why, the mole gig was so special because it felt like everyone was reacting to them the way I react to them.
mm,
They are such a powerful band that you have some bands who are so sincere with what they do. They really believe in what they do and they're so passionate about what they're writing and what they're playing. And it really comes across when a band is so genuine. And it just felt like everyone at the gig was just like me. They really wanted to be moved, and like it was just, yeah, it was really stirring stuff. And yeah, so I'm really hyped for them that people are resonating on them with that kind of level. And I
mhm.
think that's when you get your really hardcore fans, don't you? But you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
you just
yeah,
lap up everything.
yeah.
um
That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that the live environment is
mm,
still important to people. I think it's you know what's the age of the crowd at a show like that? Because I think that's the thing that sort of
yeah.
you don't see the youngsters like coming to
So
see
at
those sorts
at
of
local
like
shows you do. So
yeah,
on a
yes,
local
yeah,
level,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
On a
yeah,
local level
yeah.
I do. So at that mole gig it was probably people my age. We're talking
Mm,
30s
mm,
upwards. But there was some younger people there. Um, but yeah, no, it was definitely kind of like a mid-20s onwards.
mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
and I know I talked about it last year when we saw Coheed. Everyone was a millennial, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
even though like Coheed, like Mole, they've been releasing new albums. Are there new audiences coming out to the shows, or are the
Yeah,
new audiences kind of like the millennials that they haven't like captured yet along the way? Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna say probably the latter. I mean, it's especially with bands that are on double digit album releases.
Mm,
They're not pulling anybody in new. They're just
mm,
people. And to me, it'd be quite overwhelming to get into a band, any band. Let's
yeah.
say I don't know, Paradise Lost. It's got like 15, 16 albums at this point.
Yeah.
Where do you start?
Yeah.
Um, I I enjoy King Crimson, through my dad who, introduced me to like Pink Floyd and King Crimson and stuff. But I can only pull out two albums of King
Mm,
Crimson or Pink Floyd that I enjoy.
yeah.
And it's just too much
Yeah.
you don't know where to start. So I imagine it's the
I
same there.
I think you'll find about that Callous Boys gig, there'll be a lot of youngsters. And when I say
Uh,
youngsters, I mean, teens, early
yeah,
20s.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I know we talked about, Deftones, Deftones reach a new audience. And that's
They're playing
why
the
I just,
O2. They played the
yeah,
O2. Like that's just insane.
yeah. And it's just, yeah, I just, but like, even when we went to Damnation, it was mostly what people in
Yeah,
their
people all
30s
yeah,
onwards.
30s, 40s
Um,
upwards. Yeah. Well, let's
uh,
let's sort of invigorate some newness. What new stuff are we listening to? Because despite my advancing age, I'm still cool and hip and listening
yeah.
to new
Oh
music.
yeah. Let me just pull up my playlist. There's been like this year's shaping up so good. Some absolutely
Mm, mm.
cracking stuff out there. I haven't refreshed my Metalmance playlist yet, but it's coming. So, um, well, we're hyped for growth, aren't we?
Yeah, I do
Growth
like that.
is,
I'm looking forward very much to the record, the full release.
yeah, uh,
Really like the first album.
yeah,
And they're not overly known. I would say
no,
certainly not on that first record.
no,
So hopefully
which
this will
is,
be the one that will sort of
I
pump them out.
think for me, what got me into them was that whole dissonance
Mm,
connection. I was listening to a lot of Nightmare, and I was looking for other kind of dissonant metal bands, and then suddenly Growth come along.
yeah,
that new single sounding less dissonant, but it's still like gnarly
Yeah,
AF.
yeah.
Um, I haven't checked out the full album yet, but there's new Predatory Void. Are you familiar with Predatory Void?
I know the name. I only know the
Okay, I
name.
think you'll
Yeah,
dig
yeah.
them. You know, they're really
Okay.
good death metal, and it's a female
Yeah.
vocalist, and
Mm.
she's cracking. Um, the new Nightmare EP.
I did spin that. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
Good.
it's heavy in ways I never thought about Nightmare could be heavy, and
Mm,
that's saying something. Um, the new Unseen Thief EP, again another Danish band,
mm.
but they're just strong and solid. Um, that's really good. Um, really hyped that Good Tiger have released a new single. Again, they're more proggy, but they're another band that just kind of speak to me on like
Mm, mm.
another level. It's brilliant stuff. But yeah, otherwise, Mole, the new album, and it's amazing just to see how many people were just really connecting with it. And it's such
Yeah,
a strong
yeah,
album for a
yeah.
third album. They used to be just like traditionally black gays. I think now they are leaning
I
more
remember
into
that that's like when I first became aware of them was that
yeah,
sort of black
yeah.
gazy sort of
And
era.
I think they are leaning more into shoegaze stuff. Like there's more clean vocals, but like the heavy moments are still like full on like black
Mm,
metal.
mm,
You know,
mm, mm.
it's great. But yeah, so yeah, just I'm already going kind of get overwhelmed of like all the new releases that I'm looking forward to this year.
Mm,
No, still
mm,
no
mm.
discard it though. Come
No, no, no.
on.
Yeah, so I think I touched upon I mean it's not going to be my album of the year, but it's album of the year up to mid-February.
Mm,
And that's Worm Necropalace.
yeah, I've
Um
seen a few
just
people mention about Worm.
yeah, really just very very sort of mid-90s symphonic kind of
Right,
black
okay.
metal vibe. Um But the last record I think it's just one guy though actually. So when I'm saying they, I think it's he. Foreverglade was just kind of quite sort of cavernous, doomy sort of death metal,
Mm,
really swampy, like
right,
Foreverglade. It like had that sort of vibe. Necropalace is just like Dimmu Borgir sort of
right.
worship. I love the artwork. It reeks of Castlevania and Vampire Survivors, and it's just fun. It's got all that sort of like twinkly gothic kind of vibe to it. Symphonic black metal into the like sort of sludgier, sort of more doomy riffs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then there's a guest solo from Marty Friedman from X of Megadeth fame on it,
Right.
which is really good. Um, what else have I been enjoying? Did I send this to you? I think I might have done. Uncultivates. Um,
Yes, you did. Yes, I still haven't
yeah,
checked them out yet though. But kind of the bands that you were comparing them to is kind of got me hyped. So I'm gonna pop them on when I'm at work.
yeah. So very like Eyes,
Mm,
EYES,
yeah,
who are
yeah,
they're a Danish band, aren't they?
yeah,
So that's
yeah. They
sort of
are.
very sort of like frantic sort of metal
Yeah,
core, I guess.
I would say
Um,
that is more hardcore. I guess it's like your chaotic
yeah,
metallic hardcore if you really
that's
want to be
right. Yeah.
specific. Oh, we also haven't said, but we're going to Damnation. That
Well,
eyes
we are going to
announcement,
Damnation.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that eyes
yeah.
announcement for me. Sorry, I know you're going to come back to what you're saying. That eyes announcement was like that spurred me on to get a ticket. Anyway,
That was the thing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, back to you.
So yeah, I thoroughly recommend Uncultivates. And what's the album called? It's called This Will Become Clear Later, Like the French Revolution. Um,
Right.
which is cool name. They've got a weird gimmick. I'm not sure
Yeah,
I'm on board with it, but
the I
musically
don't
it's fucking
know.
great.
I it intrigues me. So
Mm.
what you sent with their kind of artwork and their band photo, not what you expect, and I would never have given them another look.
Yeah, yeah,
But that
yeah.
that intrigues me, and that's they're you know, stand out, you know, have like some, I mean, it kind of looks like word art, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Some
yeah, yeah.
corny word
It
art
does.
going
It
on.
does. The artwork's terrible, but great band. And yeah, if you like Eyes, Every Time I Die, Barbarians of California, who I really like. I don't really
Yes.
see a lot of people talk about them. Like I
Well,
really like
actually,
them.
they're another band that's on my playlist. But so when it gets refreshed, because what is that song that they released recently? Bomb to a Knife Fight,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
new single. That's cracking.
really like that. And then the new Chat Pile 7 inch on Sub Pop. Now I said this on Instagram. I was like, have people sort of stepped off the Chat Pile train?
I
Um,
literally have
I
seen no one talk about it.
I think they have. Yeah, I mean, I think they. I don't know what's happened. They have seemed to have
Mm.
just, but
I've
I
yeah,
really like the 7 inch. It's really good. Yeah.
I've never liked them.
Yeah,
I obviously I checked them out because everyone else likes them, and then when I listened to it, I was like, no,
not for you. Yeah.
not for me.
Um, there's a because it's released on Sub Pop. They
Mm,
do a Nirvana cover of Sifting that was on Bleach.
right,
And it sounds like Godflesh. And I was like, oh,
right.
fuck, so didn't really expect that. So that was really good. Um, I feel like I sort of manifested this because we were talking about in the last episode Misery and their 2016 album Absolute Light, and they've just dropped a new single. And I was like, hey, after 10 years, they've dropped a new single. Um, if I was to be honest, it's not grabbed me in the same way as the full length did.
Yeah, let me.
But it is very heavy.
I just need to make sure that we are thinking of this. About I'm thinking of the same band. Misery.
Mizery.
No. Uh,
And what else have I been listening to that is? Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I was going to talk about this because I think this is interesting. Sun Guts, which is Greg from Carbomb's
yes, yes.
instrumental. You know,
Yeah, I keep
um,
meaning to check that out because obviously the Car Bomb
mm,
Association.
but
Tell me
it's
more.
just like I don't really see the point of it. It's just car bomb riffs. Uh,
Right.
to me, that's all it sounds like. It's just like it's almost like he's just put to tape car bomb demos for the next album,
Yeah.
um, and
Sun
programmed
Guts.
drums, and there's no vocals or anything on it. And I'm like, well, the last car bomb release was just a 2 track EP. So I'm like, why isn't this the
What's
new car
going on
bomb
here?
album?
And
Yeah.
the Spotify bio is ignorant instrumental mathcore for aliens.
Yeah, which is fine, but it just, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just sounding like Car Bomb because they're amazing.
We love
But
Carbon.
but I'm a bit like I don't really understand the point of
Yeah,
what they've
if
done
you've
there.
got if you've got a side project that sounds exactly like your main project.
Yeah, yeah. It is good though. Like, of course, it's good because
Mm.
he is an
Maybe
incredible
he just wants to
guitarist.
release more music without
Yeah,
the other band members kind of committing to it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I would thoroughly recommend listening to it. What
Hmm.
else have we got coming up?
How
I've
about
lost.
that Arch Enemy teaser
Oh yeah,
that's got
Arch Enemy.
that's got the internet in meltdown? Is Angela coming back?
Well, I heard that
I
the teaser was on her page and Arch Enemy's page as well. So I guess it's a given that it's Angela Gosso's
but
return.
also wasn't she managing them when she
She
left?
was, yeah, yeah, yeah,
So she
yeah.
would still be sharing it.
Maybe that's true.
But at the end of that teaser really did sound like her.
Yeah. I would my arch enemy wish would be for them to tour with both Johan Liver and Angela Gosso
Mm.
just doing their eras
Hmm.
tracks.
Yeah.
Um, I think for a new record, I would, because actually I listened to Wages of Sin the other day, which is an Angela record, and I was like, actually that era is pretty good. Like she is a great vocalist.
I think obviously for my era would have been Doomsday Machine,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
My Apocalypse. And I remember listening to that thinking this is heavy.
Mm,
But I've never liked her vocals. That's not to say that she's a bad vocalist, but I I struggle with that kind of female growl.
mm.
I it doesn't make my ears happy.
Yeah,
But it,
that's fair. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, but that
yeah,
doesn't mean that she isn't a bad vocalist. Don't come at me. But
yeah, yeah. No, I get it. And you're like, it's not you want, and there's a lot of male,
oh
harsh
yeah,
vocalists that
that
don't
kind
sort
of
of hit,
just
but
the one level
slightly monotone. Yeah, yeah,
when you're just like, okay, there's literally this is it
yeah, yeah.
for me.
But it's temporarily got the internet ablaze.
Yeah,
That Angela Gosso may be back. So yeah, we'll see what comes of that.
we shall see.
I'd be I'm an OG Arch Enemy fan. For me, it was like um, they were a Carcass offshoot to
Mm,
me because Michael Amott
yeah,
being in Carcass for necroticism and heartwork and stuff, and then it was like, here's the Amott's new band.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I'm of the era when Arch Enemy were a Carcass offshoot.
yeah.
So yeah, no, that'll be good. That'll be good. Um, and another band that actually made their way to my ears this morning is Saint Agnes.
Oh yeah,
Um, and yeah, their new singles just like full on Nine Inch Nails, The
yeah,
Fragile worship, and
yeah,
I'm a sucker for that.
yeah. No,
So
St Agnes has had some great stuff
yeah,
over the
completely
years.
derivative,
Yeah,
absolutely nothing original to it, but I'm all right with that. It sounds great, really well produced, catchy, hard industrial sort of
yeah,
rock, and I'm like, right, sign me up for that. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, we're sort of, my ears are pricking up to the good stuff that's coming out this year. So it's we're starting. I always think February things come alive basically after
Yeah,
miserable January. So,
yeah.
and the sun's out as well. So
Oh, I don't know. I got my curtains drawn, but I can see
yeah,
it shining on your little face.
yeah, I need to top up the old vitamin D
Yeah,
for after just been hibernating for 6 weeks. So
as a good metalhead should.
as a good metalhead should, exactly that. So right, so we were going to make this a shorter one this week, weren't we?
Yeah, and we
After
haven't.
chewing everybody's ears off for an hour and a half. No, two and a quarter hours, wasn't it? The
Yeah,
last
the other,
one.
yeah.
So that we had to. So yeah, anything else that you want to cover, or any that you think everybody out there should be listening to?
No, I think I've said enough already. But everyone just needs to listen to Mole and Cold Night
Yeah, yeah,
Fornicators.
yeah, yeah. Good. Do what Metalmance says. So okay, we'll wrap it up then. So thank you everybody for your continued support. Please leave some comments. Tell me what you want to hear from this. What would you like to see? We've got some interviews and stuff hopefully
Yeah,
lined up.
lined up.
Um,
Or even if you are in a band and you feel like you got something to say and you want to have a chat with us, get in touch. We are
yeah,
open
please
to
reach out.
ideas.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're whatever new band, and you want to chat to us, if you want us to listen to your record, please do just get in touch with us. And those of you who are listening, thank you very much. And as I say, give us some feedback, tell us what you want. Or if not, it will just be me and Metalmance just chatting away to ourselves, which is no bad
which
thing.
we which we will be doing anyway.
Exactly. So I'm having a good time. So Okay. All right. Well, take care, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.
Pod Destroyer is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Metalmance and Beardodoom are not trained professionals, and as such, it is positively encouraged to try this at home.